What is going on, everyone? Welcome back. I've changed up the scene a little bit. I've changed a little bit of the cameras around. So yes, really keen to talk about football. Let's get into it. Let's talk a bit about the Champions League and what kind of games we saw this morning. Let me just change camera so you could see. Aston Villa, obviously with a huge upset. I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked that they lost. I thought they were going to win it and stay on top somehow. Obviously, I'll talk about Barcelona in a second. Atletico Madrid scoring in the last minute of winning it. Look, I want Atletico to suck. I don't want them to win any games. But nothing blesses my soul than seeing PSG drop down. I don't want these guys to make it through. I don't care about them. Never cared about them. I hope these guys get down and don't make it through to the next round. Atalanta obviously winning 2-0 and Bayern Munich only winning 1-0. Benfica is a great team, but I thought Bayern would at least score more goals. And then obviously the Arsenal and Inter Milan game was intense. And what I mean by intense is this team was intensely rubbish. I'm an Arsenal man in the EPL. But this was so, just not great. No creativity. In this team, if players just mark Saka, there's not much that guys can do. Havertz is not a number 9, and I'll say this over and over again. It's just, and I get it, Odegaard was injured, so he came on later to give him a bit of game time. And obviously, Nawari, bring him on. Let him play more than 8 minutes. Come on. And the thing is, with Inter Milan, this is what is just annoying. Mkhitaryan not playing, he came on. Barriella, subs on. Thuram. Bastoni's on the bench. They're not even playing their big team. And Arsenal still could not do it. Still could not deliver. Still just a really bad run. And, I know we're 12th. I know it's not bad, but it's just the performance has been garbage. And now they have to verse who? Chelsea, I think it's this week. I don't know. But let's talk about the main event. Let me just change it for a second. Listen. Now, it wasn't our best game. 5-2 is phenomenal. It wasn't our best game, and we still clutched up. This is what we need to do. If we don't have great games, we still need to be able to win games. Yes, we might, be falling behind. We might make some stuff ups. We still need to be winning games though. And this is what I've loved about this season. What I've loved about this season is that we've been able to still do it. And obviously, Red Star are not this superstar team. They're a great, they played well in certain moments. Obviously, this guy could not compete with Lamine Yamal. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about a couple of things that stood out to me. A couple of players that were highlights. I want to talk about Kubarasi for a second, because obviously if you saw poor guy, 10 stitches, and he still has a smile on his face. Such a great player, such a great centre back. 10 stitches. I'm shocked that it wasn't a red card, because I feel like in moments like that they will review it and change it to a red card. Regardless, we still won the game. 10 stitches. I don't know if he's allowed to play, because when I've seen people get stitches, I've never actually had stitches, but when I've seen people get stitches, they say that you can't sweat. So even with the mask, I don't think he'll be able to play. And then also, if you go for a header and he gets knocked, it's just not a... So I don't know. I don't know what will happen. But let's talk about the game. This is how we started. This is how we played. And I've put in the subs at the bottom so you could see. So obviously, his injury brought Sergi on. Gavi came on for De Jong. Olmo for Pedri, Firmin for Rafinha, and Pau Victor played for Lewandowski. I want to talk a bit about who my favourite players of this game were, or who I watched and I was phenomenal. Now, Rafinha scored, honourable mention. He had a rough start. Some of the shots he took were not great. But you could easily say, but he scored and got an assist. But if you watch the game, again, my whole thing is, I'm all about watch the game and plays will show how they play. A couple of highlights to me and a couple of people that I thought I would have changed. I would have changed the way that we would have played. Three plays that stood out to me. First one was Lamine Yamal. This guy, you're like, oh, but he didn't score an assist. Again, if you watch the game, he could have had 15 assists. I think it was like 3 or 4 out of the goals were created when it started with him. He was in control of it. He played it around, and because of him, we played so well. He is such a great player. There was a run over here where he took the ball from Koundé and ran it and then passed it and then got the assist. Like, just great footballer. Mature, and I know I rave about him every week, but if you watch football, you'll know why I rave about him. You could rave about him if you watch football as well. Like, if you sat down and went, wow, like, this guy is class. He's such a great player. Second person is Firmin when he came on for me. And there was a chance at the end that he missed that. He could have done better. But honestly, this is my personal thoughts. If Lewandowski got injured, say this is Rafinha, I'd play Firmin here. Say this is Firmin. I just can't be bothered changing it. I'd play him as a false 9. His attacking threat is awesome. I think if we trained him to be maybe a false 9, maybe not like a advanced forward or a poacher, but more of a false 9, I think he could do it. Him and Olmo rotating. I don't know. Like, again, that's what I think. From what I could see with his finishing, with the way he attacks and brings the threat on, I think he could do it. But yes, so this is how we played. And my player of the match, the person that stood out to me, was the guy who obviously got a hat-trick of assists. But not only that, played so well. And I would say, for me personally, I would say he's tied as the best right back in the world. Him and Trent Alexander-Arnold, to me, are the best right backs at the moment. 3 assists, 3 great plays. Like, I don't know, like, if he's still keen to go back into the center back positions, and I hope not, because I think he can jump in there. I prefer him as a right back. I think he is so good. He's so smart, and I think he plays great football. That's my top 3. Would love to know your top 3. The 3 players that I think, not that were bad, or one was bad. One was bad. One was, there's a reason why, and one of them was just rubbish. Personally, one was rubbish, one was okay, and one I'm not sure. So the one that I think just needed to be changed was Pedri. I think Pedri, not that he can't play attack in mid, and maybe it was just an off game. Not to say De Jong's here, by the way. Pedri plays better football here, where he comes, like, in a way, it's like this at times. As in, not that they control the whole line, but Caicedo plays that holding line so well. And then, obviously, Pedri controls the game. The middleman, the guy that you pass the ball to when you're not sure what to do, he'll know what to do. He'll run through plays, or he will find a way to give you the ball at the right spot at the right time. So I would say, not that he was rubbish, but he didn't have the best game, and I think it's because we played him in this attacking role. When Olmo's there and Pedri's there, that's when we play prime, I reckon. Second player is Frankie de Jong. Look, when he came on for Madrid, he played well. He was a big change up in how he played. Then the last game we played against Seville wasn't the best. And then I was like, look, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He's just come back from injury. He's learning Hans Flick's ball. Today, he was not great. I'm hoping that after this game, maybe he can step up. Maybe he can... Like, again, I don't want to write off plays too fast, because I feel like as football fans, we do this so fast. Player has a bad game or 2 games, see you later. Like, let's just see how he goes. Let's give him a couple more games. We've still got more games till January. Not that I think we should sell him straight away. I obviously, that's Flick, Deco, and Laporta's. Look, it depends how much comes in as well. If United throw another 100 mil, see you later, mate. Blessings. If they throw 60 million, I would probably get rid of him. 50 million, maybe. Any lower, I don't think it's worth it at the moment. But with his wages, that it might be. But again, I would say one more game before we make a call. The other person that I want to talk about is this guy right here. Gerard Martin. He's just not. He's not him. He's not, like, I don't see it at all. I know he's young and I know he's got years ahead of him. I just don't see it in any way. I don't think it's not about, like, if he's fast or if he can. I don't think he's an intelligent football from what I've seen. I don't think he makes the right calls. He makes calls that I just don't see necessary. And even the first goal that we conceded, these three guys are all playing that high line, we're like, in a way, we're like this. And we lose the ball, and he's over here. So we've conceded because he has not jumped into the high line. I just don't think he's the right guy for the squad. I think maybe go out on loan, see how he goes. Again, I just don't see him being the guy. I think we need to bring a left back in or play forward in the left back. I'd rather forward there. Or we get someone from our B squad. I don't know who. I haven't really watched the B squad as much as I would like to. So that's my honest thoughts. A couple of honourable mentions. Sergi came on for Pau Kubarasi, and I was scared because I was like, oh, Gerard Martin, and now this guy. It just feels like we're gonna lose. It feels like Osasuna again, but he played pretty good. The minutes that he did play, I thought he played well. And I know it's easy to go, oh, but he wasn't Kubarasi or Martinez. Yeah, like, what do you expect? For the time that he was there, I reckon he played well. Next one I want to have an honourable mention is Lewandowski. Lewandowski played well. What I love about him, and this is where Mbappe can sit there and start taking notes, is he's a guy that's like 36 years old. Not the, like you would think that he was out of his prime. He's not. He's playing so well. Yes, he missed a good opportunity, but a lot of the goals that he scores, you think that he's offside, but he plays it so smart. He's a poacher. He will come in when you least expect it, and when you think that, he's probably offside or he's made the wrong call, he's made the right call. He's such a smart footballer. And Rafinha, yes, he didn't have the best start, but he played well. He got his assist and he got his goal. The guy will always deliver. And I just want to say, like, let me change the camera for a second. We have played 16 games and we have scored 55 goals. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. Last year, we watched our team and it was pretty much the same players. We had the same players in our team, and I was like, this is going to be scary. But no, we have come through and we've done so well. Again, a couple of changes. Martin, please go on loan, play for our B team. God bless. See you later. But we've played well, and I'm excited for Real Sociedad. I think we will win. And we're going to win the league. We're going to win the Champions League. We're going to win the treble. First year treble. See you guys later. Comment and let me know what you think.